Alrighty, day 5 of the saxophone journey. Hi, everybody. At this point, nobody's watching these videos, but maybe at one point in the future, people will find this channel, people in the same position as me, and take a look at these videos. Before I start, some of the changes I made, unfortunate investments I had to make. I ordered some of the things, which costed a lot of money. Yamaha Alto Sax Mouthpiece 4C is the mouthpiece that I researched that is very good for beginners, and apparently the mouthpieces that come with starter saxophones are not that great. So I ordered this one. This isn't that bad. It's 40-50 euros whatsoever. A really big I also ordered the cork grease, which is cheap. Ordered the reed case. Now, unfortunately, the very expensive thing that I had to order is this Bass Brass C-Max Mute Alto saxophone. Basically, as you can see, this thing enables you to actually practice at home and not bother your neighbors. As you can see, this is it's a lot of money. It's 500 euros. It's more than the saxophone I bought, if you remember, 5 days ago. So yeah, so it's not great, not the investment I was willing to make, but apparently this is the only thing on the market that in fact enables you to practice at home without needing to rent a room somewhere or go outside. Yesterday I actually went outside, and yeah, that was also good. I'm gonna go out, actually. Give me 1 second and just get a glass of water so I can soak in my reed. Give me a second. Yeah, and another novelty from yesterday, I broke my first reed, as you can see. What I didn't know, and I obviously didn't listen to the mentors online, is that the tip of this thing is like 0.08 or 8 millimeters thick. So that's why these mentors online are going to tell you don't touch it with your fingers. I did touch it with my fingers, and it broke. And it's one of the expensive ones, if I may. So that was a bummer. So a lesson learned: do not touch your reed with your finger, for sure. I can tell you that much. So I'm going to open up a new one, the same one, number 2. This one. And it's very imperative. What I've learned is that, yeah, you really have to pull it out by holding the thicker piece here. So I'm going to do this, pull it out, and then I'm going to put it in a glass of water as before. And I'm going to pour in some water while I'm assembling the rest of the stuff. Another novelty that I did for the first time, actually last night, is I cleaned the sax. Huge lesson learned. I didn't clean it basically for 4 days since I bought it. It was literally full of spit, full of water. It was insane to me to see that. I didn't expect that. I didn't actually anticipate that that much of it. So I used the cleaning cloth for the first time, and that was actually pretty awesome. Now what I'm going to do in this session before we start, I have these mouthpiece cushions that I never actually installed. So I'm going to take one of these in this stream now, and I'm going to install this on my mouthpiece. And actually I'm going to go and how to install mouthpiece cushion on Alto sax. Give me 1 second.
Individually. I've been doing some soprano practice today, and mine is a bit worn out, so I'm just going to stick a new one on. I'll show you how you do it. If you get them like this, simply, they're self-adhesive, you see. So it's just like putting a sticker on. Just unstick it, stick it in the middle of your mouthpiece, and pop it on, press it down, job done. I mean, it's really as simple as that. and then that mouthpiece patch is going to last you, depending on how much you play, it can last you for months or years, but definitely worthwhile getting one. As I say, they're cheap, so try one out and experiment and see what you think. So that's a mouthpiece patch. Hope you find that useful, and don't forget to check the other.
Well, I can only assume that I just kind of, I mean, I didn't see much there. I mean, he didn't show stuff properly. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's not a great video, honestly. That's not a great video. I don't see. Can I go to images? Yeah, this is the best probably. Okay, that's how you install it. You basically put it approximately like that, yeah. Yeah, I think I did it properly, yeah. Yeah, here it is. So it's my very first mouth cushion ever installed. We'll see if I'll let you know now if there's any difference. I'm gonna just pack this thing in here. Actually, let me just do one thing. I'm gonna copy this source, this scene, this camera I'm using for this scene. I'm actually gonna go back here to my main scene, full camera, and I'm gonna just paste this thing in here. And yeah, so that's my sax there. I'm gonna actually hide that scene right now. We don't actually need that. All right, cool. So now we had our reed in the water soaked enough, I think. So what I'm gonna do, I actually bought a Udemy course last night, an amazing one, and I'm gonna actually share it in this video today. Probably the best course that I found. So this mentor, this lady, she said she always puts the this thing on her on a finger like this. Then she kind of with the left thumb of her finger, she adjusts, or with actually both fingers, she adjusts the reed, which really, she said, it's so important to perfectly align it. So I was actually, I was understanding that for the most part, but I wasn't taking it too seriously. Basically, you're really, like, the more precise you are with your reed, apparently the better. And then it's very important to push this thing down, right? So to tighten it right where the wider part of this thing is, right? So something like this, yeah. Then I'm gonna tighten it now to be kind of sturdy in place. Yeah, there we go. And I think I did that very good. Okay, so let's now, also another thing that I've learned is that when you're putting the mouthpiece on the neck here, make sure that you don't hold your hand down here, because apparently you can break the octave key. It can literally stay like this. So what you want to do is you want to hold it here, like right here, so you don't kind of pull this string out, right? So you want to hold it here while you are actually smacking this thing on. So I'm actually gonna do that, and I made a mistake now. This is not the right way to do it. I was first supposed to put this thing on and then put a reed, because now I can mess up the work that I've just done, right? So that makes no sense what I just did. Yeah, that was a mistake, right? First you want to do this, then you want to put on the reed, because there's a probability now that I messed up the reed. Well, I didn't, but that's an accident, so yeah. Okay, another lesson that I learned yesterday was that the embouchure, or whatever you call it. So what you can do, you can take a piece of paper like this, and you can try to stick the paper and see how far the paper goes. So right here where the paper goes, that's approximately where your mouth should be. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take a pen and I'm just going to kind of put a little line there. So you can see basically what I'm going to do. The paper basically stopped approximately here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little line right here. And that's really where that's the max where my mouth should be going. So basically what you want to do, you want to put your thumb up here and then put your lip up until where your thumb is. And then apparently over time, one develops basically just naturally where to put the mouth. There we go. Okay, very nice. Okay, so now let's put a neck strap on. Put a neck strap on. Just put it behind that's why I'm wearing a shirt today, just to kind of give my neck here a little bit of. Let me untie these things, because it's kind of, when it's directly on my neck, I get sweaty from it and stuff. I think that this strap that comes, but I don't think actually it matters which strap it is, because even if it's real leather, you will still get sweaty from. Okay. So I'm gonna take my saxophone by the horn, by this piece. That's apparently the safest you can do when you're grabbing it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna adjust. Obviously, you can see now. And I've cleaned my whole sax yesterday for the first time, as I said. And I was shocked how much water there was inside. So basically from today, I'm going to clean it after every session, because it literally takes like a few seconds or a minute at most. Okay. Let me just adjust this. I think I had a huge revelation. I know what I was doing wrong. It is imperative that you actually put your top teeth on top of this. This is what I was doing wrong. So basically, you have to first, like in one of these videos, first put your top teeth on the top, and then, use this line that we just drew to put your bottom lip. So, okay. sure that my read and stuff is set up correctly, because this is so imperative, so important. All right, a little break. So yeah, so as you can see, the mouth position basically is everything really. I think it's absolutely. Let me untie this. It seems to be everything, right? And what I just happened to me, and why I think I'm producing really nice sounds compared to past 4 days of practice, is that I'm actually now listen to the advice of a few of these mentors. I'm gonna share these courses later. But fundamentally, first put your top teeth on the top. In this case, I have a cushion. And then draw this line until where the paper is going in the reed, like where the reed kind of vibrates, and then put a line there. And then that's what your mouth position should be. So as you can see, that's why you see me basically, putting my finger kind of there. So let's kind of keep practicing. Why am I choking it? let's try C major. This is gonna be, oh, actually it's fine. Why am I choking it? I need to relax my jaw, that's the problem. I don't know the notes. I actually think at one point now when this is what, like fifth day or sixth, I think it's very difficult. I think your muscles in the mouth get very tired, and I think that's the result of me now kind of degrading past 10 minutes. Right, it was amazing, and now I don't think that my mouth have enough strength to kind of produce these sounds. I'm not actually quite sure, but I think that's how it works. I'm gonna try a little bit more, 5 more minutes, and think we're done. Alright, this concludes this lesson. The reason why so is because I'm tired. I can see that my mouth are just not cannot produce the sound anymore. Literally, I'm not exaggerating. I can literally feel the gradation in sound past couple of minutes. It's not to say that the sound that I was producing was magnificent or pretty or anything like that, of course. It's a fifth day and I'm actually very happy how this is going. But considering the start of this session and now almost, it's kind of going down, which just means that my mouth are just tired and I need to give them a break. Some of these things I was hoping that, hey, if I practice 10 hours a day or 3 or whatever the time I have after work and family, things are gonna, be like this or that. But I don't think so, actually. I don't think that you can do that at this point. Maybe once you develop your mouth muscles eventually and your lips and stuff, maybe that's going to be possible. Who knows? But right now, I don't think it is. I think it's better to. It's always better in music to make a break when you just don't feel the progress anymore than frustrate yourself. I literally feel that my hands and my my mouth, especially, not so much my hands, they kind of got numb, but my mouth is just not doing well anymore, and I'm not going to kill myself with that. So put my reed back inside this. As I said, we will clean all of this stuff right now. I'm just gonna move this water of glass back here. My hands actually hurt a lot, so it could be that I'm not holding them properly, or simply that they're not used to this type of thing. So let's see, time will tell. I'm gonna go now and clean this. So I'm going to use the small cloth that came as a set to clean my mouthpiece and the neck. And then I'm going to use the bigger one for the horn. So what I'm actually going to do is very simple. I'm just going to take this thing and I'm going to run it through this hole. And I'm just going to pull it like this. You can see. Because there's a lot of spit inside and stuff that we have to clean. I'm going to do that once again. And I'm actually just going to do it back and forth like this a bit. So we clean it from the inside. I'm also going to do it, I'm going to clean it from the outside as well. After all, this stuff is in our mouth, so it's less bacteria we can have on it, the better. I'm going to do the same with this thing here. I'm going to put this thing actually from this end, the tinier end, so it kind of gets out on the other end. Yeah, there we go. Then I'm gonna pull this cloth like this, and I'm gonna pull it back and forth, just so I can kind of clean as much of the spit inside as possible. I'm gonna do it once again. So I'm gonna start from the bigger hole and then make this thing fall out and do the same. And I'm gonna kind of do, while the cloth is inside, back and forth again, just so the cloth picks as much of the spit as possible. You basically don't want the water to condense in there and to, Okay, so that's great. Let's now clean the horn. So I'm gonna put this guy back where it belongs in the case. I'm gonna do the same with I'm actually gonna clean this this thing as well. That's the only thing I didn't memorize the name yet of. It doesn't matter. Then I'm gonna put it kind of just loosely back on this guy, on the mouthpiece, just just so they're kind of together. I'm just gonna tighten it a bit so it's together with this. Every time you want to put in the reed, it kind of, you need both of these things so they're kind of one thing. I'm gonna put it here in the plastic and gonna put it back in my case. And we do the same with the horn. As I said before, as others have told me before on YouTube, hold your saxophone by the horn so you don't damage the keys. You don't want to be hanging your saxophone by the keys. That would be not be very smart, would it? Then I should have first gotten it out of the bag, so let me try doing that like this. And then essentially what I'm going to do, I'll start from the horn, believe it or not. So I'm gonna put this inside of the horn. It's a little bit painful. You basically need to put it inside of the horn. So you need to get the whole back thing in, and then it's going to come out on the other end. So basically like this, as you can see. Now here it is on the other end. I'm holding it by the keys, that's wrong. And now I pull, right? I pull back and forth. And as you can see, at one point you will no longer be able to pull. That means you shouldn't. Just pull, just make sure you pull as when you feel a high resistance, just stop pulling. And this should clean your this should basically conclude cleaning the saxophone. We always want to put this cap back on. So we always want to put this cap back on the top of the saxophone and then put it gently back in the bag. And then let's put these cloths back into their corresponding bags. And we are done. Put it all where it was. Always keep it kind of. I think I've built this discipline with music, with programming and stuff. So don't be lazy to do this. It's like going to the gym and not stretching, or playing tennis without stretching. So keep it as a routine. I think even as a novice in saxophone, I've learned this with guitar and drums and other instruments. It's really important to keep good state of your instrument. So make sure that you always do this. This 2 minutes of work, 3 minutes of work can make a huge difference in play, which can influence if you want to play at all, motivate you or demotivate you, right? Right? So I'm gonna close it up. And also one novelty before I leave. So what I learned last night is that I got these things with a case. So this is really good because here in Copenhagen I'm biking every day to work, to pick my kid from daycare, whatever. And being able to put this on my back is incredible. So you can kind of see you can use it as a backpack. So this is super nice. I almost ordered a different backpack. I was even looking to buy one. Then I realized this bag actually comes with it. So that is really nice. That wasn't really clear when I purchased the saxophone. So I think they should be more. They should really kind of try harder for the beginners like me, because it was not apparent at all that you can do this from the pictures when I bought the product. So, all right, everybody, this concludes the day 5 of my saxophone journey. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one. Cheers.